From the station working for you, this is WRTV News at 6, streaming now.
The waiting game is finally over. Tonight we have a president-elect. Thanks for joining us here at 6 o'clock. I'm Nicole Griffin. Joe Biden is the projected winner of the 2020 presidential election following several contentious days of vote counting. Biden is set to address the nation this evening. So far, President Trump has not spoken, but his campaign is filing lawsuits in several battleground states. Here's ABC's Rena Roy with the details.
Americans were asked to be patient for days, and now we have the results in this historic election. Joe Biden projected by ABC News to be the 46th president of the United States. The country's new vice president-elect, Kamala Harris, celebrating on the phone with Biden when she got the news this afternoon.
We did it, Joe. You're going to be the next president of the United States.
Biden adding president-elect to his bio on Twitter, then sending out a video with the tag, "A country for all Americans, a future for all Americans." In his first official statement as president-elect, Biden with a plea for unity, writing, "It's time to put the anger and the harsh rhetoric behind us and come together as a nation. It's time for America to unite and to heal." His victory comes after a contentious 4 days as battleground states scrambled to count each and every ballot. President Trump was playing golf as the news came in, his campaign releasing a defiant statement saying the election is far from over. Trump's legal team vowing to challenge the election results.
Many cases are going to be filed, some big, some small. This is going to be eventually a big case because it will go beyond Pennsylvania.
Many flocking to the streets to celebrate in cities across the country.
Best day of my life, best day of the year, best way to conclude 2020.
In New York City's Times Square, in Pennsylvania, where all eyes have been on the vote count for days, and in Black Lives Matter Plaza in Washington, D.C., just steps from the White House.
And President-elect Biden seems eager to get to work. We're still 10 weeks out from him officially taking office, and already his team has been putting together a plan to tackle the pandemic when he becomes president. Rena Roy, ABC News, Wilmington, Delaware.
Rena, thank you. And as you've seen and heard, people on both sides are reacting to President-elect Joe Biden's win this evening. Trump supporters believing there was foul play, while Biden-Harris supporters are celebrating. WRTV's Troy Washington is live tonight from Monument Circle, where many have been celebrating. Troy, what is it like right now?
Well, right now, Nicole, you can hear the honking behind me. There's music playing. There is a lot going on out here. Let's take a look. You can see supporters driving round and round the circle, flying their flags, and there's a lot of celebrating taking place. The supporters are out today, especially after waiting since Tuesday to finally find out what America's future looks like. Like I said, some are overjoyed, but not everyone shares in that excitement.
And I turned the news on and, jumped around my apartment ecstatically, scared the heck out of my cats.
The diversity of what we have here is just awesome. It says a lot about our country. It says a lot about Indianapolis right here in itself.
If there was foul play and it doesn't get overturned, then no, I wouldn't accept it. But if there was not foul play and there's no evidence to back that up, then I have to go with what the evidence tells me. And if there is none, then we accept it and we learn from it and move on.
I gotta be honest with you guys, there's a lot of excitement out here, and you can hear it, you can see it. It's very clear out here. Now tonight at 11, we'll take a closer look at the reaction. Reporting live downtown, I'm Troy Washington, WRTV.
Troy, thank you. Now let's dig in deeper to the Biden-Harris win. Tonight, our Rafael Sanchez talks with our political insiders about a female first and presidential politics.
We have a president-elect, but President Trump says he will not recognize Joe Biden as a president-elect. What do you say, Megan Robertson?
I think we can all see by the numbers that those recounts aren't going to yield anything. And furthermore, they haven't put out anything specific as to what they are challenging. And so, if they, again, I've said it a couple times, if they can't come up with something specific, they need to move on, and we need to all move forward as a country.
There's nowhere in the Constitution that says the president concedes the election. It's over. The numbers are there. And Megan's exactly right. You can do recounts, you can do all of those things, and you may be very well within your rights to do that. But the problem is that the number margin is just insurmountable, and they're not going to find those votes.
Kamala Harris making history on this Saturday, the VP-elect who happens to be a woman, who happens to be biracial. What does this all mean in American history?
We should really be proud that we are a nation of diversity. And frankly, that diversity just makes us stronger. We still have miles and miles and miles to go. And no one is going to rest on their laurels. But taking a minute to savor this, I think, is really important for all of us.
I even saw a Republican woman posting that you could hear the glass ceiling shattering, and that it's exciting, even if we don't agree on policy things all the time. And I think that's true for most folks. So I think it's really exciting. It's great that little girls across the country can see that this is something that they can do, and I think it's good for us.
Our political insiders, thank you so much. And our Democracy 2020 coverage continues right now on WRTV.com.
Raphael, thank you. Now to our continuing coverage of the coronavirus and its impact on Indiana. We have a record number of new COVID-19 cases for the fourth consecutive day. The State Department of Health reports 5,007 new cases. 43 more Hoosiers have died with COVID-19, bringing the total number of deaths to 4,348. Since March, more than 205,000 Hoosiers have tested positive for the virus. More than 3 million tests have been administered here in Indiana. A silver alert is activated tonight for a missing 96-year-old man from Morgan County. The Sheriff's Department is asking for the public's help finding Victor Sichting. He's 6'1", 170 pounds with gray hair and blue eyes. Victor was last seen on Friday at 2 p.m. wearing a long-sleeve button-up shirt and blue jeans. He was driving a gray 2006 Mercury Grand Marquis with Indiana plate D125GC. He's from Martinsville and is believed to be in extreme danger and may require medical help. If you see him, call the Morgan County Sheriff's Department. Tonight, a couple on the north side is safe but not able to return home after their house caught on fire in the middle of the night. Indianapolis firefighters responded to the home on East 91st Street near the Monon Trail around 3:45 this morning. The couple, who was asleep at the time, was woken up by their dogs. The fire started on the deck in the back of the home and spread the length of the deck, fueled by a large amount of split wood underneath. According to investigators tonight, IFD says the couple and their pets were both uninjured, but the home has significant damage. Fire investigators are still working to figure out what caused the fire. After closing early due to the pandemic, the Indy Winter Farmers Market is officially open for its 14th season. There are precautions in place, though, due to COVID-19. The first hour of every Saturday will be reserved for people 65 and older or people who are immune compromised. You are also required to wear masks at the market, which is held at the Circle City Industrial Complex. Social distancing is also enforced as 65 vendors, including local farmers, food producers, and small businesses, come together to sell fresh and seasonal items.
Everyone is respecting the rules. Everyone is staying safe. Everyone is walking in here with masks. Everyone has been using hand sanitizers. And everyone has been really patient with the vendors and the farmers. So it's really thankful to the community that's actually been being a community coming together and just wanting to shop local. So it's been great.
The Indy Winter Farmers Market is hosted by Growing Places Indy. That's a nonprofit on the Near East Side that focuses on wellness through urban agriculture and access to fresh local food. The farmers market is open every Saturday from 9 a.m. until 12:30 p.m. until April 24th. IU football fans are celebrating tonight after the team defeated Michigan 38-21. By remaining unbeaten, the Hoosiers ended a 24-game losing streak in the series, which had been tied for the longest active skid in the Football Bowl subdivision. Indiana's last win in the series came in 1987. Indiana dominated right from the start and never trailed after scoring on its first series of the game. Well, it's official. The roof will be open tomorrow at Lucas Oil Stadium when the Colts take on the Ravens. Colts owner Jim Irsay made that announcement today on Twitter. Yesterday, he asked fans for input, open or closed. The responses were overwhelmingly in favor of open, since tomorrow is supposed to be a very nice day. And now to your forecast. Meteorologist Kyle Mounts is standing by. And Kyle, is it really November? Like, it feels amazing outside.
Yeah, it feels more like May out there this weekend, Nicole. And tomorrow, I think that is a winning call there to have the roof open, because we are going to have temperatures as you're tailgating for the Colts game tomorrow. 67 there already at 11 a.m. That's 10 degrees above the average high for this time of year. We'll get to 74 around kickoff, a light southeast breeze out there, and 76 degrees with sunny skies at 3 o'clock. It was a beautiful day out there this afternoon, and we were close to a record. 73, our high temperature in Indy. There's the record 76, that a long-standing one from 1915, and it will stay in the books for another year. Temperatures out there this evening still holding on to the lower 70s in Bedford at 72, at 64 in Columbus, 65 for you in Richmond, and we've got lower 60s around the Terre Haute and Greencastle areas. Area of high pressure, that's bringing us the sunny skies. Notice there's a few clouds off to the south in Tennessee, and also some clouds up around Minneapolis, but we're not seeing any precipitation with those, so we are going to stay with a very quiet weather pattern here. Temperatures with clear skies are back to around 60 degrees at 8 o'clock, and it'll be comfortable here. Just going to need the lighter jacket as you go out, as we'll have temperatures in the mid-50s, and we'll start off tomorrow morning around 52 in Indy, 50 for you in Richmond, and 53 degrees in Bloomington and Lafayette. Not a bad way to start a November day at all. And looking at that hourly forecast here for Sunday, we're going to be back in the sunshine. If you didn't make it outdoors today, you still got some great weather to get out there and enjoy tomorrow. 71 degrees at noon. We'll get to around 76 for the afternoon high. That'll put your temperatures close to 80 degrees in Bloomington and Columbus, at 78, 76 in Muncie. And that would be tying a record in Indianapolis Sunday. It's also the forecast and record for Monday. As we go into Tuesday, 75, our forecast also matching the record there. So could tie or break a couple of records here over the next few days before things change a little bit with some rain that will come through. And it looks like that will be mainly overnight Tuesday and into the early morning hours of Wednesday. Behind that system, temperatures do take a pretty big hit. We'll go from highs in the 70s, falling about 20 degrees by Wednesday afternoon, to 55 there. Temperatures do begin to level off a little bit, as we'll have highs around 60 degrees with more dry weather heading into next weekend.
All right, Kyle, thank you. The radio voice of the Ball State Cardinals is getting creative during the pandemic, all for a cause that hits close to home. Without sports to broadcast the last few months, Joel Godet launched the Type 1 Takedown Fundraiser to benefit a local charity. In January, he was diagnosed with Type 1 diabetes. So today, 22 CrossFit gyms from Muncie all the way down to Bloomington took part in the workout fundraiser, raising $9,000. The money goes to benefit Diabetes Will's Way, based in Carmel. The organization issues grants to families that struggle to afford insulin and other supplies.
I see firsthand how it affects people. I see firsthand what the costs are associated with it. And as I went to all these different gyms, everybody would say, oh yeah, my niece has that, or my nephew has that, or my daughter has a friend who has that. And you start to see how it touches everybody. So when you throw in the community aspect of what CrossFit is, and then the fact that this is something that really touches all of the people in some way at all of these gyms, I think that's what came together to really create a community effort that's done some really awesome things.
Connecting everyone in the world right now, it's such a tough time in general, but then like through diabetes, there's such a big community that needs supported. And so being able to come here as a CrossFit gym and not only support that community, but also fundraise for it and just come together to support one another in our health and fitness.
In total, 275 people signed up, and Godet says it's incredible and humbling to see how many people contributed today. Kyle, if you have plans to work out in the morning or even tonight, you're in pretty good shape, right?
Yeah, you can do it outside. Take that workout outdoors. We got more sunshine tomorrow. Temperatures in the 70s. Should be beautiful.
All right, Kyle, thank you. And thank you so much for joining us here for our digital broadcast. We will be on tonight at 11 after college football. Thank you for joining us. Have a great night.